Hello there, my name remains Oladapo and I welcome you to the Global Tutor virtual class. In this video class, I quickly want to do a revision on indices and exponential equation for UTME students. If you're taking UTME and you're writing mathematics, this video will be helpful for you. I'll be picking questions from the pack and we'll be solving it with you. Look at this question from Jam Pack. The question says simplify the cube root of 64a raised to power 3. Then everything raised to power minus 1. The question has asked us to simplify cube root of 64 a raised to power 3, everything raised to power minus 1. How do we solve that? We have cube root of 64 times the cube root of a raised to power 3, everything raised to power minus 1. So what is the cube root of 64? Cube root simply means numbers you multiply 3 times to get a particular number. In this case, 64. What numbers do I multiply 3 times to get 64? 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. So the answer here would be 4. The answer here would be 4 times a raised to power 3. The cube root of it would be a. So everything raised to power minus 1. So from here, 4 times a, that will give me 4a. Everything raised to power minus 1. According to the law of indices, to remove negative power, we're going to have the answer to be 1 over 4 raised to power 4a, rather 1 over 4a. So if you search through your past question and you come across this question, the solution to it is 1 over 4a. 1 over 4a. Let us pick another question. Let us pick another question. The question says, watch, square root of 160 r raised to power 2 plus square root of 71 r raised to power 4 plus square root of 100 r raised to power 8. Let us extend this and extend this. So what do we do? Let us first solve this one. What is the square root of 100 and r raised to power 8? So we're going to have square root of 160 r raised to power 2 plus square root of 71 r raised to power 4 plus square root of 100 is 10. Square root of r raised to power 4, r raised to power 8 is r raised to power 4. Let us extend this and extend this. So what do we have? 71 r raised to power 4 plus 10 r raised to power 4. So the next line we're going to have square root of 160 r raised to power 2 plus 71 plus 10. That will give me square root of 81 r raised to power 4. Now, from here, we can get the square root of 81 and r raised to power 4. So we have square root of 160 r raised to power 2 plus, what's the square root of 81? 9. What is the square root of r raised to power 4? r raised to power 2. Let us extend this. So we have 160 r raised to power 2 plus 9 r raised to power 2. So what do we have? Square root of 160 plus 9. That will give me 169 r raised to power 2. So what is now the square root of 169? That is 13. What is now the square root of r raised to power 2? That is now r. So the final answer is 13r. That will be the solution to this question. If you search through your past question and you come across this question, know that the solution is 13r. Let us solve another question. This question is very interesting. It says 8x raised to power minus 2 equals 2 over 25. How do we solve that? Let us have 8x raised to power minus 2 divided by 8 equals 2 over 25 also divided by 8. So what do we have? 8 cancel 8. So we have r raised to power minus 2 equals 2 over 25 times 1 over 8. If I change division to multiplication, then I will have to take the reciprocal of 8. So what do we have? 2 here 1, 2 in 8, 4. So we have x raised to power minus 2 equals 1 over 100. So what do we have? We can find the square root of both sides. If we find the square root of both sides, we have square root of x raised to power minus 2 equals square root of 1 over square root of 100. So what do we have? Square root of x raised to power minus 2 will give me x raised to power minus 1. Square root of 1 will give me 1. And square root of 100 will give me 10. So what will be x? X will just be the reciprocal of this. That will give me 10. Final answer to this question is 10. Final answer to this question is 10. Final answer to the question is 10. Let us solve another question. If you look through your past question, you see that you know that is the answer. Let us solve another question. Look at this question. 3 raised to power minus 5n divided by 9 raised to power 1 minus n times 27 raised to power n plus 1. They ask us to simplify. If you look at this question, you have 3, 9, 27. But 9 and 27 can be expressed in form of 3. So I can have 3 raised to power minus 5n divided by 3 raised to power 2, which is the same thing as 9. Then I'll open a bracket. I have 1 minus n. I close the bracket. Then times 27 will be 3 raised to power 3. I open a bracket, n plus 1. So what do I have from here? I'm going to have 3 raised to power minus 5n divided by, if you open the bracket, you have 3 raised to power 2, that's 2 times 1, then minus 2n, that is 2 times minus n. Everything multiplied by, if you open the bracket there, you have 3 times n, that will be 3n, then plus 3 times 1, that will be 3. Now, if you obey the laws of indices, the law says if we are dividing, we subtract the power, and if we are multiplying, we add up the power. So we can say 3 raised to power minus 5n plus 3n plus 3, then minus, open a bracket, 2 minus 2n. Now, it means we're going to have 3 raised to power minus 5n plus 3n plus 3. Minus times plus minus 2. Minus times minus plus 2n. Now, let us solve this. 3n plus 2n will give us 5n. 5n minus 5n will give us 0. Then you have 3 minus 2 That will give us 1. So the final answer will be 3 raised to power 1. That will be the solution to this question. I would like to stop in this video class and pick it up from here in my next revision class. My name remains Oladapo, and you are still on the Global Tutor YouTube channel. I will implore you to please like our videos, share our videos, and follow our channel. So long, success.